Namaste, and you know I'm up in this bitch. I'm here to tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. And if you want to hear it, this ain't the channel for you. Backspace delete. Do what you gotta do. We're gonna get right into this energy. My other phone is dead, so I could go get it, but to save the hassle, we're just gonna get right into the energy. This is gonna be an energy read, and we're just gonna go from there. Just give me one moment. All right. Here we go. Perfect. Okay. I saw 111 before I came on. Alrighty. Let's get into this energy read and go from there. I'm excited to be here with you all, truthfully. And yeah, we're just gonna go from there. Alrighty. Somebody is grieving a lot, or grieving something their intuition told them. This could be also grieving about a banshee spirit that came to collect. Or somebody's intuition could have told somebody something and it came to fruition, which is why a person is grieving, because that banshee spirit they sent out has came to collect. So whomever lost, the underworld, whoever lost somebody here that was casting stones, I'm sorry for your loss, but I hope you do learn your lessons and take that into consideration when you're choosing to do other things. Thank you, Divine. When you're choosing to create horror about another person's life, that's the word. All right, that's in the spirit. Somebody's intuition could have been warning them of a banshee spirit, and they didn't listen, and then it came and collected. Yeah. Oh, I need to text my girl. Thank you. Interesting. Reflection. Okay. Let me pull this closer. Okay. Somebody here could be using crystals and herbs, right? Okay, what medicine was sacredness to behold, a dash of healing straight from mother home. Or somebody's a herbalist. They use herbs to heal themselves versus taking society's norm of what healing is supposed to look like and the medicinal scene. But I am seeing here somebody is being haunted, or they feel like they're being haunted. The breaking of the floor beneath your naked feet, the cracking of the walls as the cold kisses flesh. You're never really alone when in the company of huntings within the bone. Yeah, somebody feels like they're being haunted, but realistically, it's just a reflection of something that they need to see. Spirit is trying to reflect back something to somebody, type of energy. All Hallows Eve, call upon the voices that stir your senses throughout the night, cast an unforgiving howl as you stomp your might through the grounds. Or somebody could be going about something in one way and they think they're doing something the right way, but realistically, their ancestors are trying to reflect to them the way that they're going about doing something. It's like putting a bunch of herbs together and you don't really know what you're putting together. You don't know the spiritual meaning behind what you're putting together, so you don't really know what you're casting out. It's that type of energy where the ancestors is more so trying to reflect something to somebody as to, look, granted, this is the path you want to go down, but make sure you're doing it right and got all the information of what you're doing before you go forward and do it. And that's why a person could feel haunted, because you could be unintentionally doing magic upon another person. Let me see. Haunted. Let me separate these. Actually, I'm going to start with crystals and herbs. And I might click out real quick just so I can text my girl. Cauldron. Yeah, somebody uses crystals and herbs to bewitch a person. So exactly what this is. Somebody, okay, haunted, which is why a person feels haunted. Because somebody's ancestors, the person that was bewitched, somebody's ancestors is tapping somebody's ass right now. Thank you. The veil. Somebody gonna see something clearly. Or the veil is being lifted. Or somebody had an epiphany about somebody or something recently. Let me see. Rooted in reverse. This is not something that somebody is supposed to be doing. This is not their walk of life. This is not their path, and it's not rooted in them. So somebody could be having a baby shower or going to one. This is just the energy of a person really lack the knowledge of what they're supposed to be doing, how they're supposed to execute things, and what certain herbs genuinely mean. And they could think that this is their calling, but realistically, it's not their calling. And that's why a person is feeling haunted. Because somebody's ancestors is haunting somebody because somebody tried to bewitch a person. This could be like a person that think that they're a voodoo priestess and they go out and do voodoo spells, and it's not rooted for them to do voodoo, nor is it in their bloodline or anything. So they don't have the powers to do X, Y, and Z, but they go for it and try to do it anyway. And then that shit backfires upon a person because that's not rooted in a person to do. This is not a part of a person's gifts. This is not what a person was called to do. That's an example. It's like that type of energy. And the veil is being lifted on the situation because a person is going around hexing people. Or, prime example, when I went through my Facebook today, I saw 2 different videos. And one was a girl, she went to a practitioner and she was trying to hex her baby daddy. And the practitioner told her, like, look, your baby daddy is connected to both of you all spiritually. And she's like, fuck them kids. And still proceeded to hex her child father and wonder why they both getting their ass tapped. But they don't really resonate with this at all. Hi, I'm fine. How are you? Hallow's Eve. But I don't know, it's just, that's what I was getting at. It kind of like had a brain fart. Or somebody can be very forgetful right now. Another thing I've seen is when you go through Facebook or TikTok and these different social media platforms and they're telling you, oh, if a bitch keep talking shit about you, put that bitch in the freezer. You don't know what you're casting out. You don't know what you're doing. You're just going off a word of another person, what another person is telling you to do. Whole time that could be a whole nother level of witchcraft, but you just taking it and doing it is putting somebody in a really bad line of fire spiritually. Because you don't know what you're doing, and this is not something that you're rooted to do, which is why it don't come secondhand naturally. You have to copy off somebody else to do it. You have to go looking for research to do it. Now, it's okay to look for, gain research over certain herbs like clove. It means protection. It's okay to gain knowledge, but it's also something that is secondhand nature. You'll dream about it. You'll just know. You have an instinct. It's that type of energy. But somebody, it's like, let's just, yeah, okay. I'll have those Eve. Thank you. Ritual. Jeez. Ritual, ceremony, spell. It's a difference. Thank you for the angel number. Somebody's using blood to do rituals. Okay, can you feel them? Wild creatures linked by the very blood you will spill. And somebody is grieving because this shit has really caught up to somebody. Somebody could use their period blood. Somebody could just use blood. Like when you think of Back then, a person used to cut their hand, another person cut their hand, and they say we're blood brothers, because blood is so powerful. And a lot of people sleep on the fact that blood is so powerful, which is why a lot of people use blood in rituals. So to put your blood into something to cast out a ritual to another person or to cause harm to another person, and now the shit is coming back and the person is genuinely grieving. This is crazy. Okay, a ritual, a dedication. Oh, oops. By the very blood you will spill into your craft, a ritual dedication to self and those who gaze, hold fire, but whose whispers carry you softly through the unknown. Yeah, it came out in reverse. Like somebody tried to do a ritual, and let's say a ritual hits the target, but it don't manifest your intentions of what you're trying to do. It's like wonky. Somebody does not possess these gifts. So granted, if it hit the target knows, I'm aware that there's magic being done on me, or somebody is trying to invade my award field and my energy. But it don't manifest fully in a person's life because you don't have the gifts to do this shit. Or somebody could be spending their money with a practitioner to do rituals, and they don't have the gifts to do this shit. And the spirit put this person in your path deliberately. Ooh-wee. Cauldron. Trying to bewitch somebody that's actually gifted. Okay. And they could actually have the gifts to do so. But it's not looking like they choose to do that. They just use herbs to heal. Crystals to observe energy and heal. This is crazy. Cauldron. Third harvest. They're reaping their harvest right now. Like, that's what I'm saying. Somebody's attacking the person. What people attack genuinely is your strongest gift. So let's say your intuition is under attack. That's your strongest gift. Look, my candle just flickered. Let's say your throat chakra is under attack. You're called to be a speaker in some type of shape, way, and form. Whatever a person is going so hard to attack is your biggest gift, and they don't want you to step fully into your power. So somebody here is a healer. They use crystals to heal, and that is their biggest gift. So that's why I seem like, why is it always under? It makes sense. Daughters of the woods, feel thy scary swell with supplyness. Taste the gathering of honey's milk, feeling your emptiness. Somebody could be scared of the blessings that they give you. Like, it's because it's the way it's coming in. It's supernatural type of energy. So it could be surreal, or it could just be this energy of, oh, okay, my ancestors is really here. They're really pulling through. They're it's this energy of denial. Like, regardless of you try to bewitch a person, they still gonna reap their harvest. Regardless. And that could be another thing where they seeing spirits supernaturally work things out in their life, regardless of what haters and what a person tries to do in the background. Rooted and haunted. Bitch, you and your funky ass rituals ain't doing shit. Transformation, like 1,000 storms held in hands, soft against the winds. This is a change arising from deep within. Yeah, somebody is still, somebody, ancestors is trying to push somebody to change and transform and see that this is not a field that you're destined to take. Doing rituals on people is not a field you're destined to take. It's a field that you thought that you could get your ass into. You wanted to seek revenge, and realistically, you're paying the cost of what you tried to cast out when you never had the gifts. Spirit knows our hearts, okay? Or whatever we believe in, whatever we subscribe to, knows our heart. So you think that the ancestors or spirit is going to give a person the gift if they know that you have evil intent and you're going out and you're trying to harm people? Why would they give a person like that gifts to carry out harming people? Now, you can attempt, you can try, but it don't mean it's going to manifest in that person's life. So somebody's ancestors been really pushing somebody to transform and get out their own way, so then they stop casting upon a person. Ritual. Sheesh. Yikes. You a clown. You do it for likes. Nature spirits. So somebody tries to call on nature to carry out their dirty work too. And the crazy thing is, I was just talking to the collective recently, and I was talking about how people try to use flies, spiders, insects to monitor a person and their life and what they're doing when they sleep, to see when they're when they can prey upon a person or attack a person, right? Somebody tried to do a ritual on a person that's connected to nature. Okay. On your toes, twirl and twirl until you're ready to take flight. They arrive in the winds beneath your wings and speak through the swaying of the trees. Somebody is too in tune. They're connected to Mother Nature. It's a bird right here by her bed. Nature carries out messages for this person. You know how they say a bird is a messenger? Bird messenger is a message that's going to be coming to a person. Nature carries out messages for this person. They're really in tune with nature. They're really in tune with spirits. Nature fuck with this person. They built their connection with nature. They built their connection with their ancestors. This is a built up individual, and somebody's trying to come up against a built up individual. No, it is not. Okay, what else? All right, overall. Thank you. Thank you. Candle magic. Somebody doing candle magic on the silence. Somebody's avoiding silence. Somebody's avoiding isolation, which is why they're not undergoing this transformation, and they're hearing voices. Candle magic. Speak your breath. Somebody has a problem reading. Speak your breath into the velvet. Along the spine, all you desire, all that which you will unravel. Yeah, somebody holds candles and they speak their intentions into the candles, but they speak ill intentions into the candles type of energy. They prey upon other people into the candles type of energy. This is not I'm trying to manifest this and X, Y, and Z into my life, so I'm using candles for this. No, this is they use candles to perform rituals, and somebody can have the stick candles. If it's not the stick candles, somebody can get it's some glass candles. I just seen them at Kroger recently. It's glass candles, and then they got different faces on the candles, and they're really big candles. Somebody could use those, or somebody just use regular candles. Okay. What else? Protection. A person is too protected for this shit. So like I said, it's like a person intends to send something out to a person. They intend to hit a target. Confirmation, the train. It may hit the target, but it don't manifest the intentions of what a person is trying to do into their life. Instead, it manifests harvest into their life. Instead, it manifests abundance into their life. It's just to make sure that they're aware that somebody is trying to attack them. Somebody don't have the gifts to do this shit. Okay. Anything else to learn? At all. A dark witch. Witch came out in reverse. This is a good witch. This is a dark witch right here. Grab hold, allow the dwelling fire within belly, awaken all that is. Somebody is not going through an awakening of their gifts because this is not rooted in them. Oh my goodness. How many times have I said? A mere glimpse, a delicate pull at the very roots, living in the alchemy of self. They don't alchemize dark energy and turn it into light. They send out the dark energy. Somebody's flowers could be dying. Or somebody could just use dried flower petals. And they rituals. I do know, I think with love spells, they use dried petals. Like, I think they do roses. I don't really know because I don't get into that shit. But I do know of people using dry herbs to manifest certain things in their life, like a bay leaf, money, protection. You know, it's different herbs for different things. But if you lack the knowledge thereof, of course, you're going to put yourself in fire and you're going to feel like it's a lot of shit going on. Or a person did this shit to so many people, and divine put it somebody that was protected in their path for it to backfire. And that's why somebody's grieving. I cannot make this shit up. That's why somebody's in constant grief. Constant. This is my house, stained by the very blood flowing through its walls, covered in a veil of delicious prayers, yet daily to those who dare lift its hidden. Somebody's protection was hidden from a person, and it's like the veil is being lifted of a person's protection. And it's like, you got to use blood to do rituals. This person is in their blood. They're naturally protected. That shit is in their DNA print of their protection. It's a difference. It's a different level of powers. And if you got to do this to a person like this, you should question your intentions. Because if I don't have to lift the finger to hurt you, all I got to do is speak to my ancestors, pray over my situation. I don't have to do nothing to hurt you. Wouldn't you think the ranking is completely different? But hey, to each his own, right? It is but mere glimpse of nothingness, hidden away deep within the chambers of your morning and the red clovers. Birthed in lost illusions. Somebody's realizing a lot of shit is illusions, or the power that they had is an illusion. The power that they thought they possessed is an illusion. The power that they thought they had to go out and harm people is an illusion. Or the practitioner that they sought out is an illusion. They're just taking their money to do voodoo on a person, and they just taking your money. Now, granted, it may have worked at a period of time, but a person had to learn to protect themselves. Their protection, they ranking went up, their protection went up. But when these attacks could have been first carried out, a person's protection was wonky, or they didn't really know how to protect themselves, how to go about certain things, how to handle certain situations. So an ancestor allow a person to go through something so then they can gain the wisdom of the situation. But they're not going to let this shit keep carrying on here. Absolutely not. So that's why somebody's grieving. A healer. Because somebody was attacking a healer. Damn, that's tapped into the... Somebody is tapped into the elders. Ancestors guide them. Spirit guides guide them. Got a lot of elder ancestors that could have did this shit before they passed over. Right path. 1234. Invoke the power. Fear not the hidden. What lurks is coming with undenying change. Sheesh. And potion and spells. Yeah. Somebody tried to do potions and spells upon a healer, or somebody wanted a healer to feel like something was lurking, to be scared. Yeah, the intuition. Frog. May the lily beneath your breast allow you to drink from its healing waters, but still be still, for there is serenity behind the drowning croaks. Yeah, somebody wanted somebody grieving. Somebody wanted to feel like at every twist and turn they take, something lurks. It's something that it's just going to come and pick their ass up. But realistically, this is the energy of the person that's projecting it out. They are terrified. They feel like something is going to come grab them. They are hunted. They are grieving. But they wanted this person to feel those emotions that they're feeling. Projected energy. Because of the potions and spells that they've been doing. Then this person is tapped into their elders. So the elders intervene like, baby, this ain't your energy. Cleanse your energy. This ain't right. A pinch of this, a dash of that. Be sure you're sure before you call. Like I said, a person is putting this and that and this and that and don't really know what they're doing. But like I said, it's not rooted in a person to do this to begin with. You hold the answers, you know the truth. Ancient ones await behind the doors of the mind. Divination. Somebody tried to attack a reader that's on their own personal journey. Somebody leads with the intuition here. Damn. Take a deep breath. Take it twice. Insight reflections are guided by light. Like I said, the ancestors guide them. Mother Nature guides them. If their ancestors feel like they're not listening to their intuition, they send the animal. It's this type of energy. They got a lot of elders that guide them. A lot of elders that could have potentially tapped into this power. Somebody goes back to ancient times and have ancient ancestors that used to practice this shit. If they didn't practice this shit, they did hoodoo. They healed with herbs. So, of course, a lot of their knowledge is coming down from their ancestors, or their ancestors put something in their path for them to see, and they want them to gain that information if they didn't access all of their Akashic records yet. So somebody wanted somebody drowning in grief. Or somebody could have potentially been drowning in grief, but it's like laugh now, cry later, because it's somebody else's turn to be grieving. Anything else at this deck? I'm going to change my deck, truthfully. The underworld in reverse. Sheesh. Hand over your known. A shift is near. Take a leap. Your journey is clear. Somebody is not cleared to do something. No, they're not. Somebody is avoiding taking accountability and doing something different in their path. And their journey is not clear, which is why they keep facing difficulties. They keep facing grieving scenarios because their path is not clear on the path that they're trying to take. No, it's not. This is the unknown territory for a person. Somebody really don't know what they're doing. They just doing shit. Ooh, wee, y'all. Ooh, wee. Ooh, wee. It's like trying to portray a healer and you're not a healer. Trying to portray a reader and you're not really tapped in. It's a weird energy. Somebody is not connected to the underworld. So a lot of the information is not coming from ancestors and guides in the underworld. It's coming from other people's intuition. Or it's coming, like I said, when you scroll through TikTok and you see like spells to do. I've seen videos. I actually seen readers on TikTok during rituals. And I'm like, oh, absolutely not. Scroll. Somebody tunes in more just so they can learn how to do it and try to do it themselves. This is crazy work. Rebirth. Reflection. Somebody's trying to the veil. Something is being reflected back to somebody. Yeah, somebody's hearing voices. It's quite possible your eyes have become the fog in which you dwell. A half-swallowed glimpse of all that you truly are or can be. That the tears you bleed are ready for the storms to turn the skies inward. Like I said, somebody ancestors been trying to lift the veil on a person for so long, or just show them like, look, this is what you can be. This is what you're called to do. But somebody is so stuck in their way, stuck in their narrative. If what is what I'm getting, somebody has a narrative and they're stuck in it. So they're just trying to execute it at all angles and points. And realistically, somebody's ancestors is like, no, this is not the path that you're destined to take. No, it's not. Do more research. And actually don't do more research, because if a person do more research, they're still going to try to do something. So it's like your work is ineffective. It's not affecting the person, the healer that you're intending on affect, the healer / reader. It's not affecting them. If anything, it's fucking up another person's life and making them grieve a lot. Somebody's been grieving really fucking bad. So much shit going on around a person, they don't know what to really, do. What is this? And somebody's ego and pride is so damn big, they don't know when to let shit go. When to, turn the other cheek. Purification to resurrect. The secrets of, so spiritually, somebody's going through a purification to resurrect. So somebody's energy is being purified in order for them to go through a full resurrection here. Mentally, the secrets of... Somebody's holding a lot of secrets in mentally, or that could be really holding the person from purifying the energy spiritually. Because when you hold on to a secret and it's eating you up and you're not doing the healing work of this secret that you're holding on to, it can eat you up consistently. And it's halting your healing journey because you can never really go forward because you're stuck in that timeline, stuck in the same place. Physical, resulting from the power of... So, like I said, somebody's angels is trying to give somebody another chance because we know not what we do, okay? And somebody's angel's been trying to push somebody to purify their energy, to resurrect, to let go. Or somebody could have a secret of something that they did in the physical, which they try to manifest in the spiritual on somebody else. Scorpio, the awareness of somebody needs to be aware of something spiritually. Many thoughts about or from. Yeah, and it all stem from a person's mentality. Somebody's an overthinker, the thoughts that they have, and physically they spoke many words, which is another form of witchcraft. Okay, thank you for the karma cards. Clear indicators here. Like I said, somebody holds their candles and they speak a lot of ill-intensive things into these candles, trying to cause harm upon a person and then let the candles burn out completely. Some people use candles for protection. Some people use candles for ill intent. Some people use candles just for the scent. you know? So take it how it resonates. Let me see something though. I'm really curious now. I'm really curious. What do I want to use though? Do I want to use this deck? Okay, what is this all about though, realistically? Somebody walked away from somebody. Or somebody knew they had to let something go. And since they walked away, they carried out this shit. Because imagine having a healer in your energy. Somebody that's tapped in, right? And then they're called to walk away from you. And instead of you taking it as a, you know what did I learn from that healer while they were around me? You just start attacking a person because you're bitter they walked away from you. You're bitter they let you go. It's just this type of energy. They transformed, they transitioned, they exit the situation, they outgrew the situation that was at hand. Moving beyond, they problem solving, they took their own individual journey, thinking deeper. Jeez, this is horrible. So somebody's tried to attack somebody because they chose to do better and different. They chose to be indifferent. They chose the harder route. They chose to go on their own separate journey to transform and grow. And since a person took it personal that a person cut them off and the ancestors, this person's tapped in, the ancestors instructed them to let them go. Instead, they like, oh yeah, no, bitch, high priestess. I'm telling you. Somebody hates somebody's connection with their ancestors. Somebody hates their connection with the divine. Hates somebody's intuition. Hates that somebody's intuition led them to leave them alone. Somebody just hates a person's existence. Hates that a person changed. Hates that a person is wise as fuck. But that wisdom wasn't cheap. It came with hardship, lessons, heartache, pain, sleepless nights, witchcraft attacks. It came with a lot. And somebody hates that somebody's aware. Or maybe they're not used to people being aware around them. Aware enough to see through the facade that they show. The people around them don't see them for who they are because they're not in tune. But since a person is aware and calls a person out on the fuck-ass behavior, they became an issue because you're the only one that sees me and see through every facade that I put on. I don't like you. What is it? Yeah, listen to somebody mad they with a stalemate, like, or somebody took somebody's mate thinking they took gold. Somebody took somebody thinking they took gold, or got somebody's old partner thinking that that person was the prize, but realistically they was attracted to this other person's energy. It was never that person that was the prize because they didn't do no work, so they're not in their abundant energy. It's the person energy of who you're trying to attack. Or this could be an energy of trying to siphon somebody's energy to keep that relationship afloat because they realize, damn, you're not abundant. And you know what? I got this person, so it's kind of like a stepping stool over you. Or to try to trigger this other person when this other person don't give a fuck. They walked away. I walked away. Why would I give a fuck if I walked away? If I was guided away from the situation because it was no longer benefiting me, why would I give a fuck about who comes next or who you're choosing to deal with? Green, heart chakra. I've healed my heart from whatever transpired in this situation. Or can you hear me? 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 My bad, I got a call. More of the story is a person is not gonna bust their ass to go out and attack a person or feel any type of envy for a person because they choose to do different with their life. I wanted better than that situation, and I knew what that person had they couldn't offer me in that moment and or ever because they didn't want to grow. So realistically, yeah, why would I give a fuck what that person chooses to do after me? Yeah, stable foundation. Let me see. Somebody went away to just build their own foundation. I don't want to depend on nobody. I'd rather just build my own foundation, build my own, versus depending on the person. Or somebody could have learned a hard lesson of what depending on the person got them, which is why they prefer to be independent. Okay, what is this all about? Somebody's a giver too. Somebody hates, somebody dislikes somebody's giving nature. And since somebody's a giver, it's easy for them to receive, or the universe is allowing them to receive back. And somebody, it's just this energy of not liking that a person is receiving blessings. And realistically, it's been a lot of giving behind the scenes. Realistically, somebody's very fair. They handle situations fairly. And they get justice over any situation or any fuck bitch, fuck nigga that tries them. And somebody don't like that. Somebody's influential. Somebody influences a lot of people, but very noble with it. Like, I don't have to come out and be cocky to prove a point or just prove I got it, or just, I prefer to be noble. I prefer to be humble because I know how it is to have it all and I know how it is to not. So I'm not going to come off cocky. I'm going to give because I know how it feels to not be given to, which is why the universe naturally blesses a person here. And somebody don't like that a person is being blessed at all. Yeah, and somebody got money coming in for something they've been working on. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Yeah. Period. I love it. This is a part of somebody's revelation. Somebody freed themselves with some fuck shit. Somebody operates out of truth. They're not argumentative. Somebody's very wise, trustworthy, and somebody hates that somebody's confessing what happened, but transpired between two people. How you mad at me? I'm telling the betrayals that you did upon me. If it make you look bad, then the shoe fucking fits. It's this type of energy. It's showing up lying. I ain't got to lie to you. But if you feel like it's something more within me, maybe you should take a look at your character and see how you move, because I ain't got to show up lying. But are you showing up lying though? Like, it's this type of energy, and it's not a reverse psychology energy, but in some energy, some people accuse you of what they're doing. So let's say you're dealing with a cheater. A cheater knows they're out cautiously cheating. So they might come home and start arguments with you as if you're the one cheating and thinking that you're the problem. But realistically, the problem is in front of you and they're cheating. So with a liar, if I lie and I lie and I lie, and I come home or I ask you a question, I'm going to feel like you're lying because I know what I'm capable of and I've been doing this whole time on my own time. So some people operate like that. But somebody is not betraying a person. Like, I don't know. It's just this energy of a person feels like something's too good to be true, or that can't be somebody's real character. Somebody can't be trustworthy because I'm not trustworthy. Oh, they can't be not betraying me because I've betrayed them many times, whether they know or not. It's a fuck-ass energy. They can't love themselves and have self-esteem because I don't love myself and I have very low self-esteem. So how the fuck can you love yourself? This is a horrible energy, a trickster spirit. But that's what I'm saying. Somebody hates that you're the opposite of what they are. I don't have to use strategy to betray you. I'm going to show up as I am. I'm going to show up truthful. And how the cards lay out or how they end, that's on you. Because I was authentic and I was genuine with you the whole time. Now, however the cards fall out, however we end, if it was on your dime of you betraying me or lying or whatever the case may be, that's on you. That ain't got shit to do with me because I did my part at the end of the day. And I was truthful at the end of the day. I was genuine at the end of the day. So I could give a fuck about how we end, truthfully. Because I know I showed up to them spaces genuine. Who gives a fuck? It's this type of energy. Why would I give a fuck about something I walked away from? I ain't got no problem letting no fuck-ass energy go. This could have been a romantic situation with an emperor in the upright. Oh, somebody's graceful. Somebody's poetic, or somebody likes poetry or writes poetry. Or the way somebody talks could be poetic, like Poetic Justice. What's that movie, Poetic Justice, where she was working in, I think, a hair salon, and he was more so working in like mail or something like that. I don't really know. I can't really remember the movie, but they ended up, she fell in love with Tupac. It was Jada Smith and Tupac. She fell in love with Tupac, and he was so fucking thugged out. It was horrible. But they fell in love, and they made it work in some shape, way, and form. They got into it many times, but they made it work. I don't know. Where am I going with the poetic justice? Okay, what is this? I don't know. It's an emperor here. Some emperor just won a battle recently. How we in? I don't give a fuck. It's the principle, bitch. Or this could be a feminine operating in masculine energy. So take it how it resonates. Yeah, somebody's just unshakable force. Somebody is this warlike energy. They do feel like they got a blindfold on while they trying to walk through the walk of life. Or like I said, it's walking away from something, and then you feel like you got a blindfold on and you don't really know what your next moves are. But you know you made the right decision because you chose to do something different, or you chose something different. It's this type of energy. Victory over situation. Conquest, unshakable force. Somebody, you can't break somebody down. Somebody's healthy as fuck too. Very disciplined. Very disciplined. Somebody feel like they got a lot of burdens, but the reason they feel like they got a lot of burdens, or they feel disempowered and fearful, is because of the energies that they got around them and that they're holding on to. It's not your energy that you're carrying. It's somebody else's energy as to why you feel this way. Energy exchange. Somebody doubting uncontrollable thoughts. That's intrusive thoughts. Fruitless. Somebody feel like no matter what they pour into, no matter what they do, it's not really reaping harvest. But it's because, and somebody feel captive by their mind. They overthink a lot. But it's because the person is taking on so much responsibility and other people's responsibility versus their own, which is not giving the person time to even heal, think anything, because every time you look up, somebody else got another problem type of energy. So that's why somebody feels like they're being blocked. Their finances is being blocked. No matter what seeds they plant, is being blocked. But realistically, whoever this masculine is needs to let a lot of shit go in order to truthfully prosper, because it's halting a person here. Sagittarius, double Sagittarius, Gemini, Aries, Taurus, Aquarius, Aries, water signs, air signs. All right, anything else? And somebody could be holding on to somebody that's actually doing witchery shit on them too. That could be that too. Or a masculine is a healer here. Bad choices. Somebody made a bad decision. Somebody was decisive about it. They knew what they wanted to do. They took action on it, but it was disloyal to them. It was a bad choice. Somebody misrepresented themselves to a masculine. And realistically, that's not a person's character at all. Libra. So somebody thought that they was going into something, and realistically, it wasn't what it seemed. It wasn't what it was cracked up to be. Somebody sold somebody a mask here. All right, what else? Yeah, something was a waste of time, a waste of money, a waste of investments. Something's disorganized, chaos. It gives up too easy. It's impatient as fuck. No reward out of this. Imprudence. Feels like a hassle. There's no reward here. Somebody is realizing where they invested. There is no reward here. If anything, they got nothing but bad shit that came from it. It started off good. It started, the misrepresentation, everything, yeah, it just seemed like it was all that. But realistically, Taurus, some spirit came in to balance the situation, or there's going to be balance in the situation in terms of them walking away. Or this is why a masculine walked away from a feminine here. This is why. And that's why I said, how we end on our, if we end on my dime and I walk away from you, I could give a fuck about how we end, because I know I was genuine with you. And it's the principle. Somebody lacks motivation, or they just give up way too easy. It's like once they back up against the wall, they give up. Okay, what else? If somebody's realizing what they chose makes bad choices. Always at the ending of a situation, I cannot make this shit up. Temperance. And somebody money gonna shoot up. Somebody money was acting funny, honey, but not no more. 4444. Somebody was always arguing. They were really in turmoil internally and outwardly. It's like the struggle, poverty-ass energy. Even if it's not a struggle, it's a power struggle, a dynamic struggle with a person. Somebody's very bold, got a lot of hidden tension, got a lot of rivalries, and or just they start a lot of rivalries, or somebody could do robberies, which is why somebody got enemies. They start a lot of rivalries where it's like they're going out looking for problems, and then they play victim to the situations that they create, and they put themselves in competition with multiple people. Like, we could be out shopping on a regular day, and because you're insecure, you feel like that person is a problem, but realistically, the problem is you. Leo, Scorpio. So growth. Somebody outgrew something and left something behind. How we end, I don't give a fuck. That's on. It's just this energy. How we end, I don't really give a fuck, man. It is what it is, and it is what it ain't. Walking away. Somebody's trying to walk away to some type of Ten of Cups, some type of Sun card energy. Yikes. 4, 4. Let me look at these numbers just down. We got 5, 7, 2 7s, 2 4s, doubles numbers, really. Oh, 4, 4, 4. Somebody's protected. A masculine is being protected. Damn, yeah. Okay. Somebody can't manifest for shit either. Somebody's weak at will. Somebody cave into peer pressure too easy. They don't think for themselves. Hi, Pooh. I'm sorry I didn't text you. My other phone is dead. So it's in the room with my child, and I didn't want to go in there and ruffle no feathers or wake her up. Why do I keep saying these sayings? Ruffle feathers on my own dime. I don't know who ancestors talk like this, but it's coming through, okay? And somebody's manipulative. They paint a lot of illusions. I think it's just a matter of a masculine really realizing that I was better off without you than with you. Why would I don't give a fuck how we end. It is what it is. Do what you gonna do. And if you feel like you doing your big one, going out, doing all this shit, I wish you will with that shit. But me, I don't have to partake in that shit, and I have a choice. Or if somebody had a feeling or thoughts a masculine was dealing with somebody, no. Or a masculine told you they ain't want somebody and they really was cool on somebody, they really meant that shit for somebody here. They really told you, like, look, I walked away. I want nothing to do with that person. Because sometimes people be lying. Sometimes people be lying, truthfully. But this is not that case. If somebody told you that they was cool on something, they want nothing to do with something. Scorpio, air sign, again. They meant that shit truthfully. Aquarius, wholeheartedly, they meant it. They didn't run back to the space. Nah, my feelings are still in the past. 44, 44, again, heavy protection. It's not giving that. No, not at all. Anything else out this deck? Not at all. Scorpio. Somebody's going down memory lane and healing. So somebody is realistically reflecting to heal. And they gaining. Like, somebody's getting pleasure after some type of hardship that they went through. The hardship was finally closing out this chapter. That could have been a hardship for a masculine. But then it's like they're getting their coin back up because, I mean, they lost a lot of money investing wrong type of energy. I mean, you know how you see situations where a person get into a relationship and then it seemed like double Scorpio energy. It seemed like they losing this and they losing that, and they cars up for repo and they house, they behind on payments. But realistically, it's what they invested into, and it's the karma that followed that person. So somebody, a masculine, is genuinely healing here. I love this. I really do. Yeah, somebody was holding on to money way too tight. Justice. This is because it was about money. Which is why a person is losing a lot. Or imagine going into a situation thinking you're going to build money. Thank you. Or thinking that, you know, I'm going to invest my money here, what I come with here. And whomever they were dealing with is holding on to their finances so fucking tight. They didn't want to let go. 101 angel number. I hate that damn number. Truthfully hate that number. That is a number indicating witchcraft is being done on me. So yeah, somebody was so scared of not being stable, they didn't realize they put themselves in a position where they're not as stable as they used to be. Imagine coming into a situation with stable, and then you leave that situation way less stable than you intended. You thought you was gonna build more stability, but you lost more than you gained. That's what this is. Talking about this. What? Hey, I'm glad that it resonates. I'm happy I can help. That's what I'm here for. So somebody's protected, but realistically, okay, I could have gained all this material shit, but then by the time I look up, I got all this material shit, but I don't have the funds to maintain it no more. Or the person that I dealt with loved the materialistic shit, and by the time I look up and I invested here and invested this and invested that, funds is going down the drain, and you start to realize the material gain don't really mean shit. It's this type of energy when you realize, damn, like Capricorn, I invested all this money and it was a waste of fucking money. I am being loving and caring. Thanks. As you should. Thanks for the welcome. No problem. No problem. So, I mean, it's just this type of energy. Somebody wanted control over a situation and somebody's ancestors intervene because, no, control, absolutely fuck not. You're trying to control. Imagine, okay, when you think of the Titanic, right? The Titanic was going to sink. Everybody was looking for an exit plan. They're like, fuck, this motherfucker finna sink. There is no wits ends of how to save this ship. We cannot keep this motherfucker afloat because it's sinking, water's getting in it. It's sinking fast, right? So people wanted to get the life coats, the life jackets, and float a sail in. Some people wanted the rescue boats on the side. Imagine if the pilot told you, even though we're sinking, I'm still gonna try to take control of this boat. I'm gonna whip this bitch. We gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. Would you stick around with the pilot and say, you know what you're doing? Absolutely. You're leading us to nowhere, but absolutely. Lead me to my fucking demise. A person with common fucking sense and logic is going to be like, oh, if 1 + 1 = 2, and 2 + 2 = 4, and the ship is sinking and sinking more, what the fuck do I look like kicking it on this boat, waiting for it to sink completely? 44, 44, double protection, and another 4 is 204. It's this type of energy. This ship is sinking. It's about time we let this shit go. Oh, I love that. I feel energy through the screen. Oh. Let's say 44, 44 ain't the number. Listen, clock it. So this what this is. Somebody is really at the point of, you know what, the ship has sunk and ain't no need for us to keep holding on to this. And I see that you're my downfall. As much as I wanted to see that we could build success and build riches and have this lifestyle, I'm realizing that you were my downfall. Not the material shit, the material gain had me fooled, but when I look at the bigger picture, shit, you was my downfall. If anything, I put myself in more depth fucking with you. Or if I didn't come into this situation with depth and I left with hella depth, you're a fucking downfall. It ain't shit I could do here. So the illusion was the material gain. The illusion was the finer things. Or somebody could have came in acting like they had more than what they got, and realistically, they was in debt before they reached the relationship with the person. And the illusion was the finer things. But realistically, no. The person ain't have it, and that's why they clutch their pearls. Clutch their pearls, like, y'all, I don't know. Thank you for the sayings, spirit, but okay. Oh, got another one. Yeah, somebody's like, they want to isolate and think, then they don't want to think about it. I don't think about it too much, too much, too much. And oof, somebody breaking their own heart. This is justice. Somebody got their heart broke, but they broke somebody's heart. Okay. Somebody could have had 4 options, 3 options, 2 options, or another option, right? Somebody, of course. Hey. Right. And instead of them picking the option that the ancestors, the angels, or whatever a person subscribes to, try to hand pick and hand them, they was like, fuck that. I'm focused on these options. That's what they got. Actually, I'm too busy for any of this shit. I'm not finna choose. But if I'm going to choose, I'm going to focus on the empty cups in front of me instead of the cup that's pouring into me. I'm going to focus on the cups that's taken from me. Three options. I'm that man. Or I'm that girl. That's what I'm going to focus on. Not. Too heaven sent for me. Fuck that. I need a little hell in my life. Sorry. And somebody didn't take a risk on something. But realistically, that's something that the ancestors put in somebody's life. So whatever option they did choose broke their heart. Unbreak my heart, say you love me again. Libra, double Libra, Cancer, Sagittarius. Sheesh. So somebody feel like they're going through a lot of pain. A harsh truth is better than a lie. Facing the truth of reality. Or somebody was just with somebody for their money, realistically. Somebody's in separation. Or this separation is breaking somebody's heart more and more and more. Somebody's realizing how selfish they were. And it's just justice. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, let's say somebody turn a new leaf with somebody. Turn a new leaf. Oh, my goodness. Okay. 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 I'm going to just say it. Let's say somebody turns a new leaf with somebody, right? And three options present itself. And the person's like, you know what? Fuck that new option. I'm going to just entertain these options right here. But I'm going to keep you there for safe haven, safe keeping. But I'm not going to invest there fully. Absolutely not. The option that they ultimately chose broke their heart. They did their ass in real bad. Jeez. Watch how you do, people, because guess what? That storm might be right there waiting for you to pick up. Or it's just this energy of whoever they chose was ultimately their karma for them to learn these lessons. I think 333 is out. 777 is out. Okay, let me just get y'all some advice and I'm gonna get up out of here, y'all. Unbreak my heart, say you love me again. And your option hate that the person is a healer. Open doors. Some doors opening for somebody. Wise counsel. Somebody's getting some counsel over something. They hate that that person's a healer because if they can give you the tools to heal yourself, that means you will no longer choose them out of low vibrational, unhealed energy. Or it's just the intimidation thing. Like, you're intuitive, you're a healer. That's not something that I got. So I'm going to attack what I don't understand and I'm going to attack what I don't got. Because realistically, if a person heals up, they would never look at this person again. Like I said, at the end of the day, they've been healing, right? They've been releasing. But if they fully put the foot forward to heal, or it's like this energy of one person healing and one person still stuck in the same place, not growing, not healing, no accountability, still doing conflict, still... A person's eventually gonna let that shit go the more they heal. The more they branch off, you're gonna outgrow some shit and you're like, I'm just not craving this. This is not something that I want in my life. Be really real, bitch. Alright, guidance. So, I mean, it's not a bad thing that a person outgrew something. That's what we're supposed to do. Just because you're choosing not to grow with me, that ain't got shit to do with me. Harmony's called. Embrace equality and pursue justice, harmonizing the energies to manifest and balance and just outcome. Yeah, somebody is being called. This is justice for a situation to be balanced out. Not that the justice is not for two people to work this out, whoever this person is. Not keep running back to your own demise. This ain't that. Thank you, babe. This is, in order to manifest the best outcome and balance energy, you got to put the foot forward and do what you're going to do. Don't front your move. Somebody be fronting their move. Do what you're going to do, and justice and harmony is going to follow. It's going to put somebody in alignment. Or it's like I said, somebody already walked away, but maybe it's an energy thing. This person's attacking their new person, and realistically, that new person think that the old person's in the picture because they've been being attacked. And this person, they don't want nothing to do with this person. They meant it. See the potential, right track, honest echoes, and ignite creation. Some secrets is coming out, which is also making a person make a decision too. See the potential. Oh, that's awesome. Plant the seed of potential and nurture its sprouting promise with care and intention. Or somebody got some type of seed It starts with the seed and then it sprouts. Somebody got some type of seed of knowledge. Somebody sought out wisdom and got exactly what their ancestors was trying to give them. And instead of them ignoring the seeds that a person was planting, they sat back and thought about it and they like, okay. You know what? That is the smarter thing to do. I don't know. It's just like something was living in somebody's head rent free and it actually is making it transpire, which is putting shit into effect for a person. Ignite creation, harness innovation, fuel imagination, and witness manifestations as answers of vote in your journey of discovery. Yeah, and somebody is manifesting or learning how to manifest, or it's been trying to manifest and state their intentions, but it's not believing. Or somebody manifests through creativity and the ancestors is telling them imagination is another way to manifest. So when you sitting back, meditating, manifesting, heavy on the manifesting energy, when you meditate, imagine everything that you're trying to bring in and watch shit flow into your life and come into fruition. Or somebody imagines a lot of shit, but they don't really know if it's going to come into fruition or not. So they just let it be a thought. I love that. Honest echoes. Listen to the whispers of your heart, for you know the whole truth. Yeah, and it's like the more a person grows, or somebody be visualizing themselves with somebody else, visualizing life and how things would be. This could be visualizing how your kids gonna look, how your marriage gonna be. Somebody be really thinking heavy. A masculine do. And they need to really listen to their heart. That's really what it boiled down to, type of energy. And right track, you are going in the right direction, so keep just moving forward. Yeah, somebody is on the right track. They're doing what they're supposed to. Somebody's healing. I love this for somebody. I do. Congratulations, masculine or masculine and feminine energy. Oh, it's all up with you guys. Thank you. Thank you. I want to pull one more deck before I get up out of here, y'all. But it's good energy. Like, I kind of want to end it here because it's good energy. And realistically, this masculine is being protected from whomever and whatever is trying to send out attacks his way. Because, babe, you know, the magic ain't working. So give it up. Buttercup. Okay? Let's see what's blocking this masculine in love. I mean, clearly he ain't following his heart, but let's see what the deeper in depth is for this masculine. He victimizing himself. Stop victimizing yourself. The shit was a lesson. The more you heal, the more you realize it was a lesson. It was a reflection of some shit you genuinely needed to heal from childhood, adulthood, and controlling issues. That's with that money card. Somebody controls the finances in the home. Whatever the case may be, somebody has controlling issues, which is why they don't want to let go. They try to ride shit out until the ship is sunk. Not really. I've just been toning out the comments, really. Unhealed past relationships. That's why somebody is victimizing themselves, because imagine trying to turn a new leaf with somebody and you compare this person to your past person because you never healed what transpired in the past, what then happened in the past. So you bring that trauma into this situation and think that that person's going to act like that person when realistically that person's a different person. Or one similar situation may trigger what that person did and what betrayal led with that from that person. It's this type of energy. Somebody is victimizing themselves because they need to heal what happened in the past. Anything else? People pleasing, and they people please people. Somebody do shit they really don't want to do, but they just rather see other people happy. But you're people pleasing, like a motherfucker, which is halting and blocking a person in love. Don't people please. If you don't want to do it, that shit is a no. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not finna. The fuck I look like? I don't want to do that shit. Your no need to mean your. When you say no, you need to mean your no's, and when you say yes, you need to mean your yes. But don't people please your ass into a situation that you can't get out of. Anything else? Controlling. Somebody's controlling and they have trust issues. So they try to control the person, or they get in a relationship hoping that they can control how a person act, move. And if they don't have no really control over a person, if a person comes in with their own mind and their own personality, they're not going to invest there because I can't control you. No. And I don't trust shit. And if I can control you, I might trust you a little bit, but the trust still ain't going to be there. So, I mean, subconscious negative beliefs, and they think negative a lot. And they low-key obsessed with a person or obsess over a person too. So it's like when a person's all in and they in love, yeah, they get an obsession with their person. Yeah. But like I said, at the end of the day, a person, only reason they think negative is because they didn't heal their past relationships. So they're just gonna expect the worst in any situationship that they get in, relationship that they get in. They're gonna expect the worst of you instead of the best. That's what this is. Anything love and lack of alignment with love, which is putting somebody out of alignment with love and their fear of inner child woundedness. Then I just call this fear of incompatibility. They feel like they're not really compatible with people. People don't understand them, so they rather just not the best. Period. Somebody got a lot of healing work to do, truthfully. That's what this boiled down to. Because no matter how many new chapters you go into, if you never heal that past trauma, you're going to take that shit into each chapter with you, truthfully. All right, Divine. What's stopping them from the person that they love? Fear of, they're scared to commit. Oh, yeah, they're scared to throw in a towel, honey. They're like, no, absolutely the fuck not. And they fear, they scared of being vulnerable. So it feels like you're dealing with a cold wall or you got to pry out a motherfucking feelings for you. But it's because they're scared to commit to you because of whatever transpired in the past. And they fear to be vulnerable. They fearful of vulnerability because of what happened in the past or at a period of time, their vulnerability was viewed as a weakness. But realistically, this masculine needs to heal and see that everybody is not out to hurt them and everybody don't have ill intent. Everybody ain't coming around you just to hurt you and plot on you. And everybody, just because this past person did X, Y, and Z, that does not mean that's how this other person cards play out. And that's why a person in the energy of shit, I was genuine. So if we end, I don't give a fuck if we end. I could give a fuck because I know I was genuine at the end of the day. So how we end on my dime, on your dime, I mean, how you move, how you act, I don't give a fuck. And then you fearful of commitment too. So we just wasting time. And at some point, you start to question the person's intention. Are you going to just try to drag me along the way? And no, absolutely the fuck not. So regardless, I'm cool. Friend, you shall be. All right, y'all. I'm going to get up out of here. I call back all my energy and power. And I return yours back to you truthfully. I love you guys, my Keyyyy Collective. For any personal bookings, the information will be in the description box. On my YouTube whole channel, not when you come into my YouTube, it's what it's telling you about my channel. That's where my information is. It's the purple link. You might have to copy and paste it. I cleanse you guys out and give you your energy back and call all minds back and lock my energy in with me. I love you guys so much. Any negativity sent my way from this moment or from the live and furthermore after the live, it's gonna boomerang back because you cleansed out, bitch. Okay? X'd out, ho. Other than that, I love you guys so much. Ashe, ashe, ashe. You are so welcome. I'll pick it up out of here. I love you, ashe. Mwah.